Hey everyone, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. How is everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday. Thank you all for being here. As I said, I would be on again today, but I wasn't sure about what time. Guys, it is hot out there, really warm. And I just came in. After work, I went to the gym and I could only do 15 minutes. It's just too hot. And so, um, it's better than not going at all. That's the way I see it. It's better than not showing up there at all. But it's so hot. But today is the first day of um, the weather being really warm. What I heard on the radio, it's going to be 90 degrees for the next 2 days or so. So it's probably time to put the AC in the window. Probably get to it, and I'll probably get to it tomorrow. But anyway, the weather, when it changes over at first like this, doesn't it make you guys feel sluggish? Like it just makes you feel like, oh, all you want to do is just sleep or something. But anyway, that's why I go to the gym. It helps too. But 15 minutes, I guess, is better than a zero. So I'm still trying. So enough about me. How are you guys doing today? What's going on with you guys? Are you enjoying this weather? Maybe perhaps some of you guys went to the beach today or currently at the beach to cool off. It's really nice. It's about time because the winter time it felt like we wasn't going to get rid of it, right? So thank you all for being here. I appreciate seeing you. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Continue to show up here. We're going to talk about things, even though sometimes we're going to talk like about things that really, that we have to rid our life of in order for us to stay in a place of healing. We're going to talk about as we get to heal the benefits of it, what to look forward to. And I'm just talking from my own personal experiences of what to look forward to because, as I stay on this healing journey, there are things that I look forward to. In the beginning, it may be so hard and it feels so like a struggle that you have to keep persevering and moving and going, even when you don't want to. But I promise you, if you continue, you're going to see the results. It may be slow at first, but as you see the results, keep taking steps. And don't do this alone. As I said before, ask God to help you. And as you take that step, He's going to be right behind you, taking two and three. It's always good to have God on your side because when you feel like giving up, He's going to remind you why you shouldn't. So, be encouraged. We all have our good days and our not so good days, but then the day after, get right back up again and keep going. That's the key factor here to persevere. So, once again, welcome any newcomers here. I am Lisa. I am not a therapist or a social worker of any sort. I don't have a degree in that category. I'm just someone who's going through a lot of pain, trauma, and grief and losses, especially during a shutdown. And so I talk about how I got through it, without any physical support, except for therapy, but not from other people really, and how I turned to God to help me. And as I continue to persevere, even though in the beginning I didn't see a lot of results, I just trust God. And then I started to see the results, excuse me, as I started to do so, and it just, I just kept going. And sometimes now I still feel like, oh, from time to time. But then the next day I get up and I do what I need to do, you know. And what I want is, what would be awesome if people can take what resonates with them and their personal circumstances. And if you see if it works into your own, if you apply it into your own circumstances, and perhaps, you can see results as well. One of the things that I did that was very important to get me going was therapy. And I encourage everyone here who's going through some difficult times and pain and loss and etc. Go to prayer and God, but do therapy. Because it's an outlet for that pain and for everything. So let's get into this topic of discussion today, which is called "Learn to Love Yourself." Some people, we don't love ourselves. When people don't love themselves, they don't take care of themselves, they don't take care of their physical and mental health, and they're just not doing, they're not doing the healing. And so when I chose to heal, because I really learned how to take care of myself and how to nurture that inner child within me, like things that make me happy. Like if I'm watching comedy shows, I like the Waltons. I'm not really on Facebook in the same way that I used to be, but I love dogs. I love cats too, but I really love dogs, pets. And so there's pet videos that I watch, funny ones, things that uplift your spirit and keep you in a high vibe, spirit. And these are the things I do: meditation, prayer with God, asking Him to help me and to keep me going. And I take care of my physical and mental health. People, meditation is a good way to clear your mind of debris, the negativity that make, and the problems and situations. And one of the ways I did that is getting rid of toxicity, getting rid of toxic situations and toxic individuals out of my life. And that was a start for me, and it was hard because I'm a person who don't like conflict. I don't like confrontation and all of that, kind of stuff. I used to be the subservient person, but I realized that I was just as important as the next person. And this is how I want you guys to look at it. You are important. You are a priority. You are just as important as the next person out there. And sometimes we lose ourselves with by being subservient to others, or by being absorbed into what somebody else got going on, and whether it's family, children, whatever. But we are just as important, and we have to take the time out to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can decline. Our mental and physical health can decline, especially with the world that we live in today, with so much pain and loss and a lot of stuff going on today, you know. And we have to take care of ourselves, because all these things affect our physical and mental health. And if we don't take care of that, we can't take care of anything else around us, including ourselves. So, one of the ways that I take care of myself is when I get up in the morning, thank God for allowing me to be up. And I also, say to God, um, thank you for allowing me to see another day. And I look in the mirror and tell myself I'm worth it. The old version of what I used to do, being so subservient to others and situations, that I forgot about myself. Now I take care of myself and nurture that inner child by doing things that make me happy, little things. I like laughter. Laughter is a key factor too. It's a medicine for healing, and just things that make me laugh, like I just mentioned about videos, funny pet videos on Facebook that I watch, comedy shows. I may do things that, music is number one, because music is a healing source. It heals the soul, body, mind, and spirit. And this is how I get through the difficult times. And I also say that these things shall pass. It's not going to stay this way forever, but things that is, that is difficult, and it's creating, stress, etc. I tell myself that it's important to get through it, and music helps me to do that, listening to music, taking time out just to do things, go to the beach, you know, um, things that build you up, build up your spirit and make you feel good about yourself. And like me going to the gym now, and it was difficult. That was a challenge today because um, after I got out of my car, it's like it was so hot, and I just wanted to just like after work just come home. But I said to myself, even if I do 15 minutes, it's better than a zero. So just doing things differently with my life, because it's important for me to stay healthy and keep myself eat better. Go to bed at a certain time at night because I get up early to go to work, and to take care of myself, and to eat more vegetables, do things that's gonna make you feel better. But the starting point is therapy, because as you start to do that, you start to have an outlet for the pain and everything that's going on, because you have someone to talk to. And the information that you share with the therapist, that's confidential. That's between you and that therapist. And it's an outlet for you to talk about some of the things that is disturbing to you, that you need help with. And they listen. Like my therapist, he didn't say a whole lot of words, but what he would say to me is set boundaries. And I didn't know how to do that. And I started to think and reflect on it. And the things that people were doing and, coming towards me in a disrespectful manner. And I would have a conversation, not only have a conversation, I would explain. I need time alone right now. I've been through A, B, C, and D, all these losses, etc., so forth. But when a person kept, when certain individuals kept crossing over those boundaries, I will remind them again. And then I start to get like pissed off about it and say, look, I'm cutting off, blocking, and deleting because you're doing it deliberately. I've already explained this. And when someone shows you that they don't care about what you're going through and what you're dealing with, believe them the first time. Don't question it. What they're showing you is what it is. And I used to question, well, maybe he or she's having a bad day and etc., making excuses. The old version of myself would do that. But when a person keep doing something over and over, they're showing you who they are. And when someone doesn't have respect for you and what you're going through, what I do is cut off, block, and delete, because I've already had those conversations a few times. And since I've done that, I feel like a load that has been lifted from my back. Because before I felt like, somebody walking up a mountain or a hill with a ton of bricks on their back. And I couldn't get these bricks off my back. But as soon as I started to set those boundaries and people kept crossing them over and over, and I made a decision to cut off, block, and delete, the bricks start to fall off, and the road felt lighter instead of heavy and weighed down, you know. And as I did that, at first, I would feel bad about it, but it was necessary, because as I sat down and think about everything that transpired, and I did the right thing. And after I analyzed all that, I realized I did the right thing, because if a person does not have respect for you, they're showing you that you don't matter, and you do matter. We all matter. And I had to remove toxicity from my life in order to heal, because if you don't remove the toxicity from your life and you keep allowing it, you get distracted by it, the drama, the toxicity, the gossip, all of it. You get distracted, and then it takes you off that healing path, and then you got to try to gravitate back to it and start again. And I have learned so many lessons, and it took me a long time to learn some of these lessons. So what I do now, I learn the lesson. If I got to cut people off left and right, so be it, because they were not there for me anyway. I was the one. And then when I start to analyze, I'm given. It's never been an equal give and take. I'm the one giving and giving and giving. And when they have problems, they calling me in the middle of the night, and I get up really early, go to work, and I'm sitting there listening, trying to encourage, etc., so forth. But what do I get out of the deal? So I took the attention off of that and put it back into myself. And that's what I'm saying to you now. If you feel like your physical and mental health is shaky, It's time to heal that. It's time to put yourself first. Make yourself a priority. Invest in you. Love yourself. And as you do that, you begin to grow, evolve, love yourself, and you start to feel better. You do better. It doesn't matter about the noise around you. Tune that stuff out because it doesn't matter. Because some people may feel a certain type of way. Recently I had to do that too with a situation. And it took me a minute because I was giving the individual, you know, um, time to like change the situation for the better. And I'm not talking about a love situation. I'm just talking about a situation. I won't give too many details to change it for the better. Because I would say, well, this is crossing boundaries. This is not how this is supposed to be going. We need to have this conversation again. And I went up, above and over to have that conversation. Okay, this is why this cannot happen because A, B, C, and D, and I've set this boundary. And when they, had an attitude of hell with the boundary, and kept crossing it over and over again. So I cut off, blocked, and deleted. And then I give many chances, I guess, because I know my cutoff is not a reconciliation. It's never a reconciliation because when I cut off, that means I've had several conversations about the situation. And now I see it's being done deliberately, then, I don't have any more use for it. And before I used to feel bad. Now I'm like, okay, that's another brick that's being taken out of the bag. And now my load feel much lighter. We have to think about ourselves, when it comes to situations and see behind the mask of some people who are narcissists and they just want to take our time. I mean, to intrude in our space, take up our time and distract us. And I'm not getting distracted off the path or off this path of healing. It is better to be at peace than to be in pieces. And I refuse to be in pieces. And anyone trying to carry or take me there get cut off, blocked, and deleted. There's no argument, there's no drama. It's just cut off, block, and delete. And I stand by that. And I don't care at that point how they feel about it because we've had these conversations over and over again. And that's what, I do. And I stay in that space. And now I'm at a place where new beginnings. I had a video about that probably a few days ago or if last week about new beginnings, embracing the new. One of the things I want to say to you guys as well is that the old version of myself was afraid to take chances because, I want to know what the outcome is, but we can't know what that outcome is. So what I did is learn how to trust God and say, God, this is what I want to do. I need your help with this. And then I would just take that step anyway, and something that's going to be beneficial to me in my life. So I took the step anyway. And then God took 2 or 3 steps right behind me to make sure that what I was reaching for, that goal, was in place already. And I'm telling you from my own personal experiences because I had no one there but God. And I said, I don't know what to do here. The old version of myself was still trying to linger, but I continued to heal, talk to my therapist about it. And I just took a step in a certain situation. And it worked out better than what I expected. And the old part of me would have never done it because it's, like I don't know what to expect. But as I learned to trust God, He shows me as long as I do my part and persevere, keep staying on the road and a journey to heal and stay at peace and not invite in toxicity, He's got my back. And I'm here sharing with other people because I have made a vow that as God lift me up and help me, that I'm going to pay it forward and help other people as well. And what I can tell you is perseverance, being consistent. Every day we don't feel like doing certain things. But when it comes to healing, uh, the journey of healing, we're going to fall down. I fell down plenty of times, but I got right back up again. It's important to get right back up again and to keep going and never give up on yourself. Because look at it this way, you're investing in you, you're building you up. So when you build yourself up and you take care of your physical and mental health, you're going to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And so if you are married, you're going to give the best to your spouse. You have children, you're going to give the best to the children, the best version of you, because you took the time to build yourself up, to make yourself better. But when we don't invest in ourselves and take care of ourselves, then we can't give anything to anybody else. That's why it's important to make these things a priority. And let's talk about some of the benefits of doing that. Peace of mind, you know, and then being at peace, then at pieces. As you start to grow and heal, you start to love yourself. Then you naturally, automatically want to self care, take care of yourself. It made me a whole lot more responsible than I was before, even more so. And what I'm getting from it so far is I don't make impulsive decisions, if it's about food or something like that. But I mean, important decisions that's going to affect my life, I take my time, to get through it, to see what it is instead of just jumping in, and I've learned lessons so that I don't spin and ride on a wheel again and again and again with the same lesson. Maybe different situation, different scenario, different person, but the same lesson. Like I always say, life is um, situations and people come into your life for a reason, season, lifetime, or a lesson. And if the lesson repeats itself, it's worse than ever. So I try to learn these lessons and move on and grow from it, but not repeat the same lesson as before. So learn to love yourself and take time out, do things that make you feel good. Take a bubble bath, with candles around, music. If you love music, cook that favorite meal or go to that restaurant, go sit by the water, take your pet out. Do things that uplift you and make you feel good. That movie you were wanting to watch, that blouse that you wanted to buy. Just do things without, splurging, but something that is going to uplift your spirits and keep you in a place of positivity. We got a lot of negativity going on in this world and toxicity. I'd rather see that on a TV reality show, not in my life. So I try to keep my life toxic free, you know, and that means keeping toxic individuals out as well. That is so important as I stay on this path to heal, on this journey to heal. So that is the message today. Guys, do something that's going to uplift your spirits and make you feel good and take care of yourself, even if it's 2 hours, 1 hour a day. Make time to invest in yourself. That's so important. And please share these videos with other people. Subscribe to the channel so that you know when I'm on, because I can't give a set time every day, not just yet. But if you subscribe, you will get a notification as to when I'm here. And please share with other people, because some people don't talk about what they're going through. They may be silent about it, but they can show up here. This is a no judgment zone. Hear the messages, and perhaps something I'm saying that I apply in my own life and circumstances, it may resonate with them, and they can apply that within their own situation that they may be going through. So we're here, remember, to uplift, encourage others. We already have the other stuff in this world today. So thank you all for being here. Enjoy this weather. And you guys have a good evening. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Lisa, always shedding love and light. And have a good evening. Bye for now.